Hey guys, this is John over here, and welcome back to another analysis video from me. In this video, I'll be analyzing the COA 6 China region match between GR and GW, and this game ended in GW 2-0 in GR. And this is a huge upset considering that GR is third place in IVL 2022 fall, while GW is second to last. In this video, I'll be analyzing the game of BO2 second half, whereas in this game, GR's survivor must make a free escape in order to bring the game to BO3. Through analyzing this game, we can see that the survivors had some errors and made some ineffective assisting, which led to them failing a free escape. So here I'll be analyzing the match in detail so we can all learn from it. And just a quick disclaimer, I do not mean to offend any playing teams or players here, and rather, I would just be pointing out misplays and potential improvements from a viewer's perspective. Alright, so we're now going to be hopping into the match between GW's Hunter Annie and GR's Survivor, and this is going to be the BO2 second half. And just a quick reminder, GR's survivors must make a free escape here in order to stay alive for BO3. So the female dancer will be taking the first kite, and we can see that she already set up the slow music box under the pallet in advance, which is pretty smart as Annie cannot exactly break it. But the hunter here has brought insolence here with no rage and no desperate fight, only insolence. This means that the hunter is going to have 3 stacks of resistance, which is going to reduce the slowdown effects of the music boxes, and that is going to be very good against the female dancer. Meanwhile, the female dancer here is just going to do a merry-go-round across this building with the help of the slow music boxes. And this is a very simple yet effective strategy, as we can see that currently the hunter is struggling to even get close to the female dancer because Bon has no fast moving abilities. But honestly, Annie bringing resistance here is going to pay off as it reduces the slowdown effect. Without the music boxes, Annie will struggle even more than now, as finally he entered the bomb range of the female dancer. But the female dancer currently is actually a very good situation for the survivors, because the female dancer has not taken any damage, yet the first 3 ciphers already around 70%, so this is shaping up to be a very long kite. But then Annie here is going to daringly blink in an attempt to down the female dancer fast with 2 chain bombs, and it ends up working as he managed to down the female dancer in one very swift move. And honestly, I really have to applaud how daring Annie is over here. Here the moment he blinked, it means that he's gambling on this hit. These chain bombs are going to down the dancer for good. Because if he failed to down the dancer over here, then his game would fall apart. But then it's a pretty good judgment because at this point the first 3 ciphers are already 70% or more. Had he not blinked and just continued to loop around the whole building, then Shadow could definitely survive until the first 3 ciphers are done at least, and by that time would definitely have been a free escape. So we really have to applaud how daring Annie is and having the skills to do 2 chain bombs in a row with a series of events. So currently, with the first down is still not 3 ciphers though, as the last cipher is around 90% or so. So Annie can definitely play for a tie over here, but the survivors can also play for free escape because they also have the Antiquarian and the Prospector, and both of them are very strong harassers. But we can see that currently the survivors are going to go for double rescue as the Prospector and the Mercenary are both in, and the plan is for the Mercenary to rescue with Tide Turner and the Prospector to try and harass and buy time for the female dancer to kite longer. So let's pay attention to the survivors' movements over here. So after the Merc got a remote bomb damage, AK is going to rush in to try and stun the hunter to give room for the Merc to rescue. AK throws a magnet, the stun is going to in play, and the rescue is going to get pulled off. And honestly, this is a very, very good coordination over here, so let me play this in slow motion. Here we can see the AK is rushing in over here, and he's going to throw the magnet while the Mercenary is still in the distance prepared to elbow pad. But here we can see that before the hunter got stunned, the Mercenary is already going to elbow pad, and he timed it correctly that the moment the hunter got stunned, the mercenary is already in front of the chair. Like, they timed it so well that the moment Annie got stunned, the mercenary instantly arrived in front of the chair, and that is a very effective communication over there, and I have to applaud your survivor from doing so. But then let's pay a look to what happened after, as AK here threw a second magnet trying to push the hunter backwards, but unfortunately the angle was not correct, as it ended up pushing the hunter sideways, which did not allow the female dancer to gain a lot of distance. So this second magnet over here wasn't really that effective, as the female dancer did not gain too much time from it, and still she's going to be down after tag Turner. So that is what I meant by ineffective assisting, as the Prospector tried to harass but did not buy any time. And honestly, we really have to applaud how accurate Annie's bombs are, as the second remote bomb also hits Prospectors in half health now. And over here, if we play it in slow motion, we can see that the Antiquarian is rushing over here as she wants to stun, but unfortunately she's too late, allowing the female dancer to get chaired for a second time. So if we rewind over here, there's a communication error from the survivors, because we can see that at this point of time, the female dancer got hit, but the Antiquarian is still decoding from a distance ahead, and not going to be coming. So here, I feel like if the plan was for the Antiquarian to come and balloon harass, then they should have asked the Antiquarian to come earlier. Over here, I believe that with better communication, the Antiquarian should have instantly rushed over the moment the female dancer got hit. It seems to me that they did not properly plan it, and that resulted in the Antiquarian arriving too late. So this is something pretty important while playing, is to always pre-plan in advance, or else there will be some mishaps or miscommunications like this. And currently we can see that the last cipher is only around 20%, and considering that GR survivors needed a free escape, they'll have to rely on the Antiquarian to harass for a long amount of time through this rescue. So now pay attention to what happens to the Antiquarian over here, as here she's going to get hit and pull off the rescue, and going to make one swipe on the hunter, but then she failed to make any more swipes after that. So let's go back to rewind over here. Here Antiquarian pulls off the rescue after getting hit, and here she's going to stay a distance ahead and tries to dodge the bomb, and made a swipe to the right, but unfortunately was a bit too far away to follow up. So the reason why this did not work out intended was due to two reasons. One was because the person that Annie brought, because as we recall, Annie has brought incidents, meaning his 3 layers of resistance, and resistance means that the knockback effect got reduced. That's why Annie did not get pushed back that far away. And the other thing is that I feel like the Antiquarian could have angled it a bit better, because here the Antiquarian ran behind the hunter in an attempt to dodge the bomb and only made a swipe to the right. But if she allows herself to get hit by the bomb and runs in front of the hunter to swipe instead, then I feel like she could have pushed the hunter a bit further back. Let's say she pushes over here, then she could have swiped the hunter a bit further and then use the poke to do some free swipes in a row. Because here with the poor angling, she only pulled off one swipe, and that did not help the female dancer in gaining a lot of distance too. So that is another ineffective assisting I'm talking about, as the assist did came into play but it did not buy a lot of time. So now with the female dancer down, the Antiquarian has to balloon harass, and pay attention to what happens in front over here. As here, Hunter's gonna balloon, Antiquarian made a push and a poke, but unfortunately it did not work. Like Hunter balloon, Antiquarian made a jump, then push, but the push did not came into play. And there's a reason why the push did not came into play. There's a difference between balloon harassing between a forward and an Antiquarian. For a forward, if you manage to push the hunter back while they're ballooning, then they're going to pull off the balloon rescue. But for the Antiquarian, you must wait until the hunter finishes his ballooning animation before harassing. But if we play this at slow motion over here, we will see that the Antiquarian over there made the push too early, because the moment he pushes, the hunter is still in the ballooning animation, and that is why the pushing did not came into play over here. So it seems that the Antiquarian's balloon harassing did not work, and the female dancer will be sent back to the manor. And we can see the GR survivors harassing, this game did not work out at all, as it did not have a lot of effect. And here the hunter spotted the mercenary gonna go for it, but then saw the Antiquarian running out as going to switch targets instead. And this is another misplay from the survivor side, because at this point of time, the Antiquarian only has a quarter of health remaining, so she should remain hidden. Because here, the hunter is still focused on the mercenary. But then the Antiquarian ran outside into the hunter's vision, which allows Annie to instantly switch on to her. Here I feel like the Antiquarian should have hidden behind the building and allowed the hunter to pressure the mercenary instead, because the mercenary is still has 2 elbow pads and can still kite. So now by revealing herself, this puts herself in a potential fast down situation, which is what ends up happening as she's going to go down with a fast second chair. And Annie is going to be harassing the Cypher, and pay attention to this chain bomb over here, as he manages to connect a second bomb onto the second bomb damage on the mercenary despite having no line of sight. And Annie's bombs are on fire this game, and I'm just so amazed watching it. So over here he's going to chair the Antiquarian, and the consequence of the Antiquarian going down here is that she's going to be chaired down the basement. And we all know how terrifying a basement bonbon is. So I honestly feel like the Antiquarian should not have revealed herself over there. And now the mercenary has to rescue in half health. So the fact that Annie's bombs were accurate early game really came into play, as rescuing in half health as a merc is a risky move. And pay attention over here, as the mercenary got hit over here. But here he's going to run around as he's trying to dodge the bombs, but he failed to dodge it and got downed by the bombs. Borrow time came into play and he pulls off the rescue, but then the hunter's attack recovery is over and there's no place for both of them to run. So actually I feel like here the mercenary should not have tried to dodge the bombs, because here, the moment that the mercenary got hit, he should have instantly went for the rescue. Here, here he wasted too much time trying to dodge the bombs, and by the time he rescues with borrowed time, the hunter's attack recovery is over. But if he chose to instantly rescue and allowed himself to get down by the bombs, then the borrowed time can come into play, and both of them will have a chance to rush out of the basement. But instead, by dodging the bombs, by wasting a bit of time dodging the bombs, this allows the hunter's attack recovery to finish, and now there's no place for both the mercenary and Antiquarian to run, as the mercenary is gonna get down over here, and then the Antiquarian is stuck inside the basement. So honestly, with the early kite from GR survivors, they definitely could have gone for a free escape with better assist from the Antiquarian and Prospector, but unfortunately, the harassing did not really work out in this game, so it's still going to be a free kite game over here, which is unfortunate considering how good the first kite is. But yeah, I think this actually is going to teach us a lesson, and it's going to make sure when assisting you want it to be effective and actually buy time. Because here the survivors harassing failed to buy time, as a result the ciphers were not enough. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy. Oh, sorry about that. Oops. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys enjoyed it, please leave a comment down below and also share it to let more people see it. And if you guys enjoyed these videos, I'll continue to make more for you guys. Anyways, it's Jung over here, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye!